Welcome. Today we're diving into a fascinating journey through the marvelous world of cells. Buckle up, because we're about to make biology as fun as your favorite meme and as exciting as discovering Wi-Fi in a dead zone. Okay, so let's start with the basics. What is a cell? Well, a cell is the smallest unit of life that can carry out all life functions. Think of it like the Lego brick of living things. Whether it's a tiny bacterium or a towering tree, it all starts with cells. Now, there are two kinds of organisms when it comes to cells: unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular organisms like bacteria are like those one-person bands. They do it all by themselves. Multicellular organisms like us humans are more like an orchestra with lots of specialized players working together. And yes, we are multicellular. Go Team Human. Next up, we've got the cell theory. This is like the constitution of biology. Here are its three main principles. All living things are made of one or more cells. That's right, even that slime mold in your science lab counts. Cells are the smallest working units of all living things. Translation: cells are the MVPs of life. All cells come from pre-existing cells. No cell can just pop into existence. Sorry, no magic here. Now let's compare the two VIPs of cell types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Picture this. Prokaryotic cells are like studio apartments. They're simple, cozy, and don't have a nucleus. These are your bacteria and archaea. Eukaryotic cells, they're the fancy mansions of the cell world. They've got a nucleus, which is like a walk-in closet for your DNA, and tons of other specialized rooms, aka organelles. Animals, plants, fungi, and protists all have eukaryotic cells. So, which one are we made of? That's right, eukaryotic cells. Fancy, huh? Let's talk about what all cells have in common, no matter their type. First, we've got the cell membrane, the ultimate bouncer. It decides what gets in and out of the cell. Then there's DNA, the instruction manual for life. Think of it as the cell's blueprint. Next up are ribosomes. These tiny machines make proteins, which are like the cell's building blocks. Then there's cytoplasm, the gel-like substance that keeps everything in place. And last, but not least, the cytoskeleton. This is the cell's scaffolding, giving it shape and support. Without these parts, a cell couldn't survive. They're the essentials, like Wi-Fi and snacks for humans. Now let's tour the eukaryotic cell mansion. First stop, the nucleus, aka the control center. This is where the cell's DNA lives. Next, we've got the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER. It's like a factory. The rough ER makes proteins, while the smooth ER is all about lipids. Moving on, we see the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. These bad boys turn glucose into ATP, giving the cell energy. Think of them as the cell's battery pack. Over here, we've got the Golgi apparatus. It's like the post office packaging and shipping proteins where they're needed. And let's not forget the lysosomes, which are like the cell's recycling bins, breaking down waste and old parts. Time to settle the debate. What makes plant cells different from animal cells? For starters, plant cells have chloroplasts. These are the solar panels of the cell, using sunlight to make food through photosynthesis. Plant cells also have a cell wall, which provides extra support and prevents water loss. And let's not forget the vacuole. Plant cells have a huge central vacuole for storing water and nutrients, while animal cells only have tiny ones. So, while animal cells are like sports cars, plant cells are more like SUVs, sturdy and practical. Okay, quick recap before we wrap up. Cells are the building blocks of life. Prokaryotic cells are simple, eukaryotic cells are complex. All cells have a membrane, DNA, ribosomes, cytoplasm, and a cytoskeleton. Plant cells have chloroplasts, a cell wall, and a big vacuole. Here's a fun fact to impress your friends. Mitochondria and chloroplasts were once free-living bacteria. Yep, they joined forces with larger cells millions of years ago. Talk about teamwork.